Hello once again, Internet, every peoples, it's your good pal Polly here, and welcome to Let's Play Neo Contra. So about 3 years ago, I did a Let's Play of Contra Shattered Soldier on the PS2, and at the time, after I finished that, I lamented that I was not able to immediately jump in and do a Let's Play of this game because it just did not work well under emulation, crashed all the time. I spent hours trying to figure it out, asked on forums, did everything I could never get it working. Fast forward 3 years, a new computer, and a whole lot of tinkering on the back end later, and here we are! The game's running pretty much perfect. There's only a few things throughout the course of the Let's Play that I'll have to make some creative edits with to make sure that the entire Neo Contra experience is had, and I will call out those moments when the editing needs to happen. But otherwise, the game's playable start to finish, flawless, maintains its frame rate, feels good, man. Let's do it. So what is Neo Contra? It is the follow-up to Contra Shattered Soldier, which was released 2 years prior. And this is a different beast entirely. They really went in an entirely different direction with this game. And the first thing you'll notice is that it's just really different in tone. Just from that introduction, this game is fucking bananas. And it's also very inconsistent. Like, this game tonally doesn't know what it wants to be, and throughout the course of the Let's Play, you will notice that. Because this game has a whole lot of story that it wants to tell you throughout cutscenes, and that's just really, really, really weird for a Contra game. I mean, first of all, like, it's 1,200 years later, and somehow Bill Reiser's still alive, and he traded in his sexy robot girlfriend for a big hulking samurai dude now, and I'm sure we'll figure out why all of that is throughout the course of the game, so don't you worry. So, as I said, this game is quite different. Neo Contra is no longer a side-scrolling shooter. This is a top-down isometric shooter, and it's definitely a different way to kind of go about it. This game is less boss rushy. It's more run and gun, and the hit rate system is back, so there are definitely a lot more targets to be watching out for in all the stages to take care of all that shit. Like, in order to, see the best ending, you've got to finish with an A. And the system's a lot more lenient this time around, so it's not that bad. But this game is quite a bit harder in some different ways than Shattered Soldier, which we will see throughout the course of the game. But let's go ahead and have a look at a couple of other things before we jump you into the LP proper. That's kind of what this video is doing, kind of giving you an introduction so that, like, when you jump to the next episode, boom, you're in there, and we're just blowing shit up. So let's go ahead and jump into the one-player mode and have a look at our very first difference. So if you'll remember, Contra Shattered Soldier had a 3-weapon system. You had other weapons the entire game. You could never lose them. This game is a variant on that in that you have 2 main weapons and you have a lock-on weapon. So the 2 main weapons are what you see here. For instance, with weapon type A, we've got a machine gun, a grenade bomb, and we got lock-on missiles. So to go over what that is, the machine gun is just that. It's a machine gun. The grenade bombs, they're very similar to the ones you had in Contra Shattered Soldier. They can be a little useless in terms of, like, sharp inclines or if you're fighting anything in the air, though. And for the lock-on weapon, as you can see what's happening in the video there, you lock on these little reticles and then you release the button to fire, and that's just hold triangle, paint your targets, fire. The only drawback to lock-on weapons is that, 1, you've got to charge them up. That's kind of a bummer. 2, they're not instantaneous, and 3, they inhibit your ability to fire normally. So when you're using these things, you've got to be making sure that you're clear on all sides and nobody's rushing you, or you're not, like, weaving around, bumping yourself into shit while trying to maintain lock-ons. Another way this game is different is that there are more than one weapon set. Moving on, we will jump to Type B, and this is what I refer to as the shittiest weapon set in the game. It's absolute garbage. The charge shot, it's powerful, but it's very, very dangerous to use. Never beaten the game with it. Couldn't tell you how. The Fire Whip, it's kind of I'm just meh on it. It's no longer chargeable, so you've lost your biggest asset there already. It still eats enemy bullets, but the damage output on it just kind of doesn't really work because you've got this short-ass range, and this game focuses a lot more on like long-range enemies backing up your close-range enemies. The lock-on laser, it's garbage. It's very weak, but it's not the weakest, but it is very weak. And it's like a little slow to actually get to its target. Not as slow as the lock-on missiles, though. Those are pretty slow. And Type C, this is the weapon set we will be using for the playthrough. We've got the Spread Shot, which is a very good weapon. We've got the classic Fireball, which is garbage, and we will only likely ever use when I'm trying to show off, or if I select that by accident. And the Lock-on Thunder. Lock-on Thunder is quick. It's the only, it's one of two lock-on weapons that is instantaneously fired once you let go, but it is very weak. You've got to put like 8 to 10 of those fucking lock-ons on an enemy for it to actually go down in most cases, and it's gonna make some things in this game probably a little harder than they need to be. In addition to these three, there are 3 more weapon sets that can be unlocked once we finish the game, and we're not going to look at those right now. That's spoilers. We'll look at those a bit later in the Let's Play, probably at the end once we've wrapped everything up, or if I puss out and have to change. Once you select the weapon set, though, you're locked in for your playthrough, so that's a bit unfortunate. You can't change if you have to continue, so let's hope I don't have to take any drastic measures and re-record just because I picked the bad weapon set for the playthrough, but we should be fine. We'll just be using a very nice, satisfying Spread Shot. It's just a nice, chunky fucking shotgun to blast through the alien hordes and whatever else this game decides to throw at us. So that in a nutshell is Neo Contra. In the next episode, we will be getting the game started proper, but I kind of wanted to just put all this info here at the first, so that I wouldn't be kind of trying to play and rush the first stage at the same time while trying to go over all this shit at once. So, I'll catch you in episode 1, and I hope you enjoy the Let's Play. You take care.